The new Man-at-Arms is here, and her story is explored in the new one-shot comic book by Dark Horse Comics, Masters of the Universe, Andra. Written by Tiffany Smith, the actress who voices Andra in Kevin Smith's Masters of the Universe, the comic book has art by Adriana Mello and is coloured by Giuliano Peritelli. Let's see what Andra's adventure is in this issue, but not before you tap that subscribe button and the bell icon to never miss an update from our fabulous channel. Done? Then we can begin. New job means new insecurities. The story opens on a sparring match between Andra, the new Man-at-Arms, and Tila, the new sorceress. Despite their new titles, neither of the women go easy on each other, and when Andra pins down the sorceress, she uses her magic to lift her up and away. The sorceress reminds her that the new cadets have to be trained to defend against magic, and Andra, now plopped down from her magical flight, tells her that she wants to take it one step at a time. Orko then arrives to remind her that her first training session is in minutes and asks her to write everything down in her journal to make sure she doesn't forget anything. Guess you can't escape journaling even in the realm of He-Man. In her journal, Andra writes about her life in the Eternos Palace, her friendship with Adam and Tila, and the pressure she has as Man-at-Arms to not let down all the people who count on her to train cadets against magical and non-magical threats against Eternia. In her first training session, Andra trips across her words and starts off with a sparring demonstration with Duncan, the previous Man-at-Arms. As the demonstration comes to an end, a snarky cadet remarks that it won't do any good against magic, to which Andra has an answer. Technology. She whips up the laser gun in her wristband and shoots 3 mannequins in the blink of an eye. The cadets explode in applause, and she sets about showing how to assemble the gear. The cadets have a hard time following her pace though. Mistakes at assembling guns hardly end well, and when the first cadet fires the new weapon they assemble, it quite literally backfires. As the cadets question about how that will help against magic, and whether she expects them to throw their broken gear at the enemies, she stutters the importance of cleaning. Meanwhile, Duncan leaves to report Andra's first day to the King and Queen. After some time, Duncan notices a hooded figure by the docks and heads there to make sure everything's alright. The hooded figure turns out to be Marzo the Sorcerer, and he blows purple dust at Duncan. Old ties and new threats. Her bad first day leaves Andra completely disheartened, and she figures that she will be fired sooner or later. Convincing herself that it is okay since she is used to being alone, Andra drifts off to sleep. She dreams about the last day she ever saw her parents. While playing hide-and-seek by the beach, her father had asked Andra to run. As she hid behind a giant rock, a red mist had enveloped her parents, and Andra was orphaned. Waking with a shock, Andra walks out into the balcony to get some fresh air, where Prince Adam joins her. He consoles her about the training not going well and tells her that Duncan's first day training was a complete disaster, exactly like how Orko's attempt at his first spell was. Adam tells her that they are fortunate to have her. Orko interrupts their conversation to let them know that King Randor had invited them to the war room. If you think the story is going way too fast with no room to breathe, you are getting the exact feeling I had while reading the comic. But I digress. I will contain my emotions till the plot is finished. In the war room, a holograph of Duncan asks Andra to meet him at the Orcas Island and asks King Randor to look into the magical unrest in the Dunes of Doom. Randor sends He-Man and the Sorceress to check out the unrest, while Andra prepares to leave for Orcas. As you might have assumed, this was not Duncan, as Marzo was puppeting him with his powers. Andra arrives to the Orcas Island, which is covered by a mysterious red mist. As soon as she arrives on the island, the people there rejoice and call her the Key. While still confused, Andra is approached by her grandfather, who she had believed to have died long ago. Andra hugs him, and he tells her that he lied to her to keep her safe. Andra does not like the fact that they lied to her though, and breaks from the embrace, demanding to know where Duncan was. If my grandfather told me he had faked his own death to keep me safe, my first response would have been to ask why, and not just anger, but that's just me though. Her grandfather tells her that he does not know where Duncan is, but remembering something, announces to everyone that he is coming and he knows about the key. Count Marceau arrives, looking younger than before, and tells Andra that he's glad glad to properly meet her this time, as the previous time she was hiding behind the rock. He tells her that she is the key to his precious amulet. Remembering her dreams, she realizes that Marzo was the one who killed her parents. She tells her grandfather that she can handle the fight on her own, and with a mechanical suit, charges at Marzo. Marzo tells her that he had chained Duncan to a rock by the sea, and since it was high tide, he hoped that Duncan could hold his breath. During their fight, Andra manages to shoot the ropes tying Duncan, while Marzo breaks open the protection seals of the island to get the amulet. Promising to return once he has his full power, Marzo disappears. Andra pulls Duncan onto the shore and apologizes for being useless, but Duncan reminds her that she managed to save the residents at the island and him too. Duncan asks her to warn Randor, but the communications are all gone. Maeve, Andra's childhood guardian and friend who lives on the island now, tells Andra that she has a piece of the amulet, so all is not yet lost. She wore the piece on a necklace given to her by Andra's mother. Andra sends Duncan to Eternia to warn King Randor and send He-Man and Teela, while she begins to make preparations on the island to take down Marzo when he returns to take back the amulet piece. By now, I would have tried to find out why I was the key, or how Maeve just happened to have a piece of the amulet, but that's just me, I guess. As Andra's self-esteem reaches new lows, Duncan asks her to use what she's got and be open to help. Maeve tells Andra that since Marzo has been separated from the amulet for so long, it will take him some time to reattune to its power, which would give them around a day to prepare for his return. Her grandfather tells her that the previous time he attacked, her parents had sacrificed themselves to stop him. Andra decides that's what she will do as well, and that she will buy enough time for reinforcements to arrive. Her grandfather tries to stop her, but she isn't ready to listen. We finally get an explanation as to why Andra is the key, as her grandfather explains that while Andra's dad had passed away quickly, her mother had waited till he returned from his mission. She had used her blood to seal the amulet, which was why Andra was the key. As they reminisce about the old days, her grandfather comments that her mother loved seashells and doing art projects with Andra and Maeve. This turns on a light bulb in her head, and Andra enlists the help of every islander to stick seashells onto boards. While the islanders work on making giant seashell boards, Andra fixes the mech suit to take on Marzo. The final fight and new beginning. When Marzo finally shows up the next day, Andra taunts him by calling him an old man and starts fighting with him. When Marzo lands a powerful hit, the islanders all hold up their seashell shields and reflect sunlight into his eyes. Andra takes this opportunity to steal the amulet from his hand. Her grandfather shoots a net at him and Maeve wraps it with magic, effectively capturing Marzo. He-Man and the sorceress arrive soon after, having missed all of the action. Andra makes peace with her grandfather and offers to visit him if he visits her at Eternia. Her grandfather agrees, and Andra sets out to Eternia with the amulet, promising to deposit it in the Castle Greyskull. Another day dawns, and Andra sets out to train the cadets with a bit of help from Adam and Teela. Verdict. The story appears rushed and the art is pretty inconsistent. Though mostly linear, the events appear a bit clunky. Safe to say that this was not one of my favourite Masters of the Universe comics. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, even if you disagree, and if you liked the video, tap on that thumbs up. We will soon be back with more awesome stuff, and until then, stay powerful. Goodbye.